Welcome to the Top Shelf Grumbling podcast with Dan the Don Walls. This episode is brought to you by our sponsors, Lawn Hub for all your lawn care needs, Price Cutter, the best meat in town, Hale State, Russell Motors, go see Austin, he's got what you need, Butcher Block Restaurant, voted Best Biscuit and Best Breakfast 2025. Coming to you from the Wilder Fitness Studio, presenting a Where You Media production. This is Top Shelf Grumbling. All right, guys, we're back here with Top Shelf Grumbling podcast, Monday night recap. We're just going to go over a couple things that happened this weekend. We're going to start off here with Dan the Don Walls. He's got a few grumblings from this weekend he'd like to let everybody know about.
It's not necessarily grumbling, just a few observations. It's the end of the road, I believe, for poor Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. He looked terrible his first game, wasn't very good last year, and got beat about 70-0.
Oklahoma State used to be a decent contender.
And something about the NIL, he just hadn't been able to catch on. I don't know if he's going to retire or try to go somewhere else, but I think he's a pretty good coach, but I just think it's just the end of the line. And,
he claimed he didn't have any money, or he claimed that he didn't have as much money as his opponents had.
I don't understand how he's got T-Boone Pickens. I thought is he still with us? We lost him.
He does have to compete against Oklahoma.
I still think
which is on the rise as well.
Alabama would take Mike Gundy over Kalen DeBoer.
I doubt that.
I think they would take about anybody. I mean, they take about anybody
right this
over
second. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
right this second, they take anybody at the moment. But.
And speaking of coaches, I think it's the end of the line for Florida. Billy Napier. They had a good end of the season last year. Won like their last several games. Had about everybody back. Got a bunch of new players in the portal. 16 points against South Florida.
Lagway is like a 50-50 guy. You either see top NFL prospect or you see should have never came out of high school.
And also I heard he was banged up. He
hadn't played. He missed basically all of spring.
Yeah.
You're looking at a quarterback that's basically starting the fall camp. I mean, he got thrown in there and is not as crisp. Obviously, like I said, been come back from injury, so he hadn't been out there playing.
And I will say, I said it last week, USF is way better than they were recognized to be preseason. USF is mean. Their quarterback is good.
They play for Miami this weekend. I don't think they might can beat them, too. We'll see, but
that's going to be a good game.
If USF isn't ranked this week, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
They were ranked. They ranked 18th, I think I saw, something like that.
They are. I saw somebody grumbling that college game day wasn't at Miami this weekend.
Did Mississippi State get ranked after the win over Arizona State?
I didn't
see.
I
haven't even looked.
Auburn got in.
I haven't even looked at the rankings
Auburn did
yet.
slide in.
I hadn't went through with the fine tooth comb, but I did see Auburn sliding in.
Michigan didn't fall out.
They should have.
That's one of those things that the only reason that they're there is because they were in a preseason poll.
Yeah.
That's it.
But Florida, I still think they could right the ship. They might not. But
well, I mean, they did it last year. They were bad. They were kind of bad early. They got down, and then they really brought themselves back towards the end of the year.
Just to right the ship, they ain't going to be good enough this year for keeping Napier's job. He's going to get, if they go 8-4 again, he's probably fired. He's got to win at least 9.
I saw a bunch of videos over the weekend. Every single fan in that stadium coming out was chanting, "Fire Napier."
Yeah, I understand.
And hey, they could have. Dan Mullen was like 35-12 in his few years there, and they fired him. The only reason they fired him mainly is because he pissed everybody off. He's such an ass.
Yep.
That's why you can't be like that. Because first time something bad happens, nobody's gonna have your back, and you're gonna be fired.
You'll be the UNLV running Rebels.
I was gonna say, but here he is. I mean, hey,
3-0.
He's got him
3-0.
Good coach. Okay, moving on here. I got the University of Georgia may be ass.
Overrated ass, that's what I heard.
I thought that was Texas.
Well, that may be too, but Georgia's offense, they say, looks terrible. They beat Austin P, a D2 school, 24-6, and
they sleptwalk.
They didn't score any points.
To be fair, they got a quarterback that it's his first. It's kind of like Simmons. It's his first year in there. I know he played in the college football playoffs last year, and he won. But still,
that can skew your thought of him.
It was kind of like the Simmons moment, that first drive against Georgia where he let him down for a touchdown. Everybody expected really, really big things.
Oh, yeah.
But he's still young, and he's trying to work his way through it as well.
24 points against Austin Peay is not. And I didn't watch the game. They could have been a bunch of insinuating circumstances, but I don't.
And the
Georgia fans are extremely worried. They're extremely worried.
At least there was a 2-hour delay in the second game. They could at least hang their hat on.
Right.
Well, the first game wasn't much better. They didn't look too good against Marshall. I watched a lot of that game.
I mean,
and Marshall was one of the worst teams in the entire country this year.
They easily handled Marshall in the first half. They could have scored 70 if they wanted to, but Kirby's not that kind of coach.
Yeah, he is
yes,
too.
He is.
He has done it a million times.
Kirby is a stomper. He doesn't care.
I bet he was madder than hell with that 24-6.
Imagine he was.
All right, moving on here. Let's go to State's big win. Big win. First big win of the Jeff Levy era.
That was an electric atmosphere.
Fans were the crowd looked.
It was electric.
Awesome. It was fantastic. I mean, it was.
I actually heard
best I've ever seen State's crowd.
A quote from a State fan that actually said, "I almost got tired of hearing the cowbells."
Oh wow!
I wonder if those little plastic.
You know, I feel like I need to throw out an apology to Zach Bethune. He finally threw 2 passes farther than 20 yards. You can now officially say he's explosive.
He's explosive.
He threw.
Quarterback.
They only scored. There was only points they scored the second half, so that's kind of be a little concerning. But their defense is way better than it was last year.
And our offensive line actually looks really good. Shapen had a lot of time in the pocket. He got to throw the ball a whole lot. He got to stand back there. He got to move. I mean,
you think
that makes a big difference comparative to last year.
So State is going to be 4-0. More than likely, with Tennessee coming to town, this 6 wins would be like very rarely. 6 wins is good enough. But a team, up and coming and stuff like that, you take 6 wins. You take a Liberty Bowl or Birmingham Bowl or Independence Bowl all day long.
Mississippi State take any bowl they could get right now. It wouldn't matter if they played a bowl game and start.
It's still going to be tough for them to get to 6 wins because
You get to see Georgia and Tennessee this weekend. Find out what Tennessee's like as well too.
Yeah.
You'll find out about Georgia and Tennessee. So
I don't think Tennessee's very bad. I think Tennessee
looks good. Georgia better watch out.
But has Tennessee played anybody as well too, or is Joey just throwing against the?
They looked a lot better.
You know what I mean? You just
Syracuse is not a bad team now. They're not a bad team.
Tennessee looks better against worse teams than Georgia does against bad. Tennessee looks better against bad teams than Georgia does.
I would say that Tennessee's wide receivers could just out-athlete Syracuse.
I will say this: Kirby's the defensive guy. He's going to have a real big defensive game plan lined up, and that's going to be the difference in the Tennessee and Georgia game coming up.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Tennessee's got. I'm trying to get too deep into it here. Tennessee is going to have a lot better offense. I'm not sure Georgia can score with them at home.
Can we confirm that Nico is trash and he's better off not at Tennessee?
He threw the game-sealing interception Saturday against UNLV, and UNLV has not looked very good.
Defensively, they definitely haven't.
Offensively,
they've shown some upside.
But another thing, back on State's win, I wonder if those cowbells, Dillingham had them, Arizona State practicing those little plastic cowbells.
They were like little miniature wedding bells.
They were about as loud as me shitting or something. I don't know. It was terrible. Anyway, I bet they had to be shell shocked when they heard them damn things. They were loud as I've ever heard them. The fans were right. The state needed. I know how it is as a fan. They hadn't had a big win and God knows how three or four years. And you get that first one and see a little promise. And that's why they rushed the field. So there are people giving them hell about that. Look, you went on the last play of the. If State would have beat them 34-10, they would not have rushed the field.
No. Yeah, but they had a 60-yard touchdown pass to win it.
I agree. Rush the field.
I'm not saying that he wasn't wide open, but after they stuffed him 3-0 on the damn 1 yard line.
Yeah, that was big. That was big.
And it cost them $500,000. It cost them $500,000. I saw they got the fine today. Well worth it. I bet they'd pay it again.
Yeah,
I bet. Well, after the $15 million spent on the offensive and defensive line, they may have no more money.
And there's one thing I want to talk about. I don't think it's a nickel's worth of difference in the top. There's not a dominant team. It's any man's game to win it this year. The top 1 through 30 teams. There's not a nickel's worth of difference, and there's going to be
except for LSU.
I don't even think
so either.
LSU didn't.
So.
I mean, Clemson didn't look that good.
LSU's defense is different.
They play with their food a lot in the first half.
Which I think they're probably the best team. Yeah, they're not no dominant.
But even in the second half, their offense wasn't dominant. Their defense was, but they literally played with their food the whole first half.
I think that LSU is going to be a lot like the Chiefs this year. I think they're going to play good enough defense to win. I think they're going to try to press first half and then second half lock it down. And I think on the offense they're going to do just enough to win.
They did just enough to beat Clemson, but Clemson didn't look too hot against Troy. That score was a lot different than what that game was.
Wasn't that Sir Keith Love's bet of the week?
It was.
Did it win? I didn't even look at it.
Yeah, it won. It was like 30-something point spread.
Oh, wow.
I think there's going to be, at the end of the year, there's going to be 15 9-3 teams. That's going to be a cluster, you know what? And there's going to be people. I mean, it was bad enough last year. People who should have been in didn't. It's going to be even more even this year.
The SEC don't need to have a lot of 9-3 teams, or the ACC is about to take over.
About to beat up.
They're fixing to have a lot of 9-3 teams. There's going to be 4 or 5 of them, at least.
Well,
you got any other observations, or do you want to go? We want to talk about the worst beat of the weekend.
That's about it. Well, yeah, we can talk about that of the Kentucky. I had a very good weekend of gambling. I only lost one bet Saturday all day. The only bet I did lose was Ole Miss, and that field goal cost me a few $100.
Yeah.
Mark Stoops had Kentucky to cover.
Kentucky to cover, and then it also hit the over.
I know.
It also hit the over.
Lane Kiffin did apologize.
He said sorry to the gamblers.
Sorry to the gamblers.
Yeah, it still doesn't feel any better after he said sorry.
Bad beat segment.
Great bad beat.
If I hadn't
still won.
Sorry to the gamblers.
If I hadn't have had a big weekend, otherwise I'd have been really mad. I really don't care because I won most of my other bets.
And the Rebels won too.
Pontotoc Warrior football fans, the season is upon us, and if you missed out on purchasing a commemorative piece of the old Warrior Stadium, there's still a chance to secure one. That's right, after a busy summer, they're back at it. Be sure to follow Stephen Tudor on Facebook and keep an eye out for updates on pop-up sales. Each piece comes with a pre-made label, prices, and vary by size and category. Thank you.
All
right, guys, we're back here at Top Shelf Grumbling Podcast. We're going to have another segment here tonight. We're going to go over the bets we had, 4 big bets on Saturday, and just kind of recap how those went, and start over here with the Don.
Well, I shared a few with y'all last Thursday, and I added a couple too. So had a good day Saturday. Had 5 wins, 1 loss, and 2 of them pushed. I got lucky on the 1 and unlucky on 1. Anyway, all in all, a good day. That puts me to 17-11 or something like that on the year, right about 60%, and I'll take that all day long. The season win total bets that I put out, all 3 or 4 of them, Missouri and Air Force and Ole Miss, they're all looking pretty good so far, knock on wood, and that's pretty much it for me. 5-1 on the day. I'm pretty happy.
Tip your cap to the Don.
Tip my cap.
Tip your cap to the Don.
Just like I said, 17-11 on the year.
Who are your 5 winners?
That would be. Let me think.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. Who by the way, I did pick to win outright.
Yeah.
Pick Mississippi State.
Pick Missouri.
Yeah. No, I didn't pick Missouri.
Missouri.
It was Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is the one bet I lost.
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii, I won it. Memphis, which is my favorite game of the week.
Won by 1 point.
It won.
It did win though.
That moves me to 5-0 on the year. By the way, on my favorite games of the week picks.
Don's favorite picks.
And I think it was it, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
State, Ole Miss.
Memphis.
You
got
South Florida.
South Florida.
So USF, that was the last.
Then you got one more, or you got 2 more really, because you said you went 5-1.
That would be Memphis and
Memphis
and Hawaii.
Memphis, Hawaii, South Florida. Your 1 loss is Ole Miss. What was your other 2?
Look it up.
We'll see. Let's get yours while we're sitting here figuring
All
out.
right, while we're sitting here figuring this out, I put out 4 big bets for the weekend. My 4 big favorite bets. I had JMU versus Louisville. JMU covered easily. That was the easiest bet of the weekend, in my opinion. JMU was absolutely.
They were dominant.
Yeah, they were dominant for at least. They were definitely dominant for the first half. They kind of lost in the second, but they still won.
Yeah.
I had Ole Miss and Kentucky. Ole Miss was my one loss on my big bets of the weekend.
Yep.
And we all know Mark Stoops they had to cover.
Can you believe it?
They had to cover.
I could absolutely. I saw it 40 seconds left coming. Oh my God, 50-yard pass downfield. Ole Miss's secondary still shaky, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, they're in a prevent defense as well too.
Prevent defenses don't give up 50-yard passes.
Yeah, they do. They're supposed to.
Arizona State. Arizona State did gave up one.
They gave up one as well too.
Yeah.
What defense was that?
I tell you, that was the bring down safety blitz where he slipped and never got to shaping. I took Missouri over Kansas. It wasn't an easy winner, but Missouri made it. Missouri won it late in the fourth quarter. Yeah. I had Arizona State versus Mississippi State. I didn't take them outright to win. I didn't take State outright to win, but I did take them on the spread, and that was winner. And I threw 2 more bets in on the day. I took Baylor money line. Baylor won in double overtime, might I add, after the missed field goal. It was a fantastic ball game. We all see why the Big Ten schools are the way they are. They score a lot of points with no defense. Yep. And then I took Illinois versus Duke. I really wanted to take that on last week's episode, but the line was really fishy. But Illinois ran away with it. Illinois, they proved to be who they are.
Start to finish.
So I went 5-1 as well, but on my picks on the podcast, I really only went 3-1. So,
well, I've got mine pulled up here. I had Iowa State -3, which I pushed on. Syracuse -7, which I pushed on, which was very lucky to push. Ole Miss -10, I lost. Memphis -13, which is my favorite game of the week, won. 5-0 on favorite games, by the way.
Tippy cat.
South Florida -18 won. State +7 won. Miami -7 won. And this is the one I couldn't think of. BYU -21.
Yeah, BYU -21 was a lot.
And look, Stanford. Look, that was the bet against them. But fade Stanford the rest of the season. They're terrible. Same with Phil Longo. Fade him too.
And I absolutely got shelled last Saturday with my 1-3 take of the picks on the week, but I came back this week with a solid 3-1 and added some to it. So my podcast record moves to 4-4. 500 will absolutely get you in the Hall of Fame.
Yep, absolutely, for sure.
No, it will not.
Not in the gambling world.
Not in the gambling world.
It will in MLB baseball. Hey, I'll take a push as a win every time. A push is not a loss.
Yeah, that is true. Well, we got any other bets you guys want to talk about? We want to.
No, just
what's going on in the Monday night game, real quick? Can we get an update real quick?
We got a
Monday Night Football.
We got a last second quarter recap. We're fixing to go into halftime. The Bears just kicked a field goal to go up 10, and then the Vikings ran one back on the kick, but they did not get in the end zone. They got to the 10-yard line and then couldn't convert from there. What? They kicked a field goal to go 10-6. 10-6 Bears at halftime now. It's at halftime. So.
All right. What else we got here for the Monday night recap?
Listen, what about our weekend picks that we got an end of the year deal on?
Yes. Oh yeah, we can look at that.
Oh yeah.
The Don goes 6-0, ladies and gentlemen.
I got the stats right here. The Don
6-0.
The Don did go 6-0. Big Game Sheamus took Iowa State, Missouri, Ole Miss, Michigan, Virginia Tech, and Arizona State. Michigan, Virginia Tech, and Arizona State were losers. Big Game Sheamus goes to 3-3 on.
By the way, Big Game Sheamus couldn't be with us tonight. He had a hoarse voice, so I hope he gets to feeling better, and he'll be back here on Thursday night.
There was lots of Saturday grumbling through the Ole Miss game.
Doing lots of grumbling at the Kentucky game.
He was. He told us to say, remember to let everybody know how grumbled he was about the spread, the field goal Stoops kick. So
he was looking up Bob Stoops' address, I believe.
Well.
They kind of look alike. I think Bob Stoops and Kyle, could they pass?
Yeah. How was the food Saturday night?
It was good. It was good.
Did you have any Saturday night?
I had a lot of stuff Saturday night.
The okra was not good.
The okra was not good. Poor execution. It looked the preparation looked good. Maybe poor execution on the
poor execution.
Grease was hot. Okra was raw.
Nice. All right, picking your winners. What you got on?
Kind of talk about touch on Ole Miss right quick.
Okay.
I think they got a big game Saturday. Going to talk about it more Thursday. A lot more about it Thursday, but. The offensive line looked way, way better. We didn't give a single sack. We rushed for well over 200 yards.
228, I believe.
Knock on wood. The defenses look good. The receivers have looked great. Our receivers are the best we've had, I think, in a long time. We've had some good ones too.
Trey Wallace.
The only thing that still worries me about Ole Miss is 5 to 10 yard passes. Really, really good on the corners and the linebackers and the safeties. They come down, make the plays. They break it up. But when receivers get down, it's like Lane Kiffin's, or it's like Pete Golden's defense plays like Lane Kiffin's offense. They press, and when that receiver gets out past them, there's nothing they can do. I mean, it's a big play from there.
Yeah, well, it is aggressive. It's an aggressive defense.
Aggressive defense. I like it.
But I mean,
we watched them do vanilla for 15 years. I know you're a new Ole Miss fan, but we'll take getting burned every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, getting burned several times is what got us beat.
That's all right.
Our defense is way plenty good
enough. Not by the fire.
We lived by the non-playoff to getting in the playoff last year.
Just got to get Simmons. Just got to get Simmons calm down a little bit. We're going to be just fine, I think.
Yeah. Simmons really didn't look bad.
Probably have to be one of those 9-3 teams before it's all said and done.
Yeah, Simmons has just got to settle down in the pocket a little bit. He gets a little antsy when the pressure comes on him. He throws the ball well. He moves the ball well with his feet.
He's 19.
He already
graduated college. He's 19 years old. It's his first season.
And he's a smart kid.
Off the brakes.
He's gonna figure it out.
And don't forget now, I'm the biggest Ole Miss fan there is. But there's a lot of Ole Miss fans that were saying that Simmons should be starting over Dart last year based on that one drive against Georgia.
We don't know what we had.
This weekend really shows how much Ole Miss fans miss Dart.
Like I said, Simmons has been fine. He's going to be perfectly fine before it's all said and done. But.
I made the comment last week about Dart looking for contacts and Simmons running away from it, and everybody's like, oh.
He did make some good runs. So you can tell he don't like the run.
You really saw where that was lacking this weekend, where what you got in Dart without him.
Glass ankle.
He still had about 40 yards rushing.
He had a touchdown.
I'll take it, but you can tell he don't like to do it.
No, he don't.
He likes to spin it, and we hope he does to the right people.
Yeah, anyway, that's about it on my end. Good recap.
I thought it was a good recap.
Oh, yeah, and we got a weigh-in coming up from the Fats of Top Shelf Grumbling. We're going to be posting about some more and talking about it on next Thursday's podcast where the weigh-in will happen.
What he meant to say is we're going to have a 10-week weight loss competition challenge to see who can lose the most weight.
And everybody's in on it. Little C,
everybody,
Nina Rose, NFL Blaney, Sir Producer, the Don, and Big Game Sheamus.
And the winner gets a whole hog or whole cow courtesy of the losers, folks.
And we'll have to buy them a whole hog or a whole.
None of us can afford a whole cow right now. Cattle prices are absolutely outrageous.
About 10 of us in there we can.
You keep up that 4-4, 500 betting record.
Yeah, we can afford 4 or 5 cows.
Hey,
you could ride the Don's coattails and maybe
make enough money. I could ride the Don's coattails. Hey, look, I may backdoor the Don. The Don is known to put out some wild picks towards the end of the year where I stay a tad bit conservative.
Stay away. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. We appreciate y'all listening in on the Top Shelf Grumbling podcast Monday night recap. We're going to go finish watching this football game and let y'all watch it as well, too.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Lawn Hub, Price Cutter, Russell Motors, Butcher Block Restaurant, and Wilder Fitness. You can find us anywhere you get your podcast. Now on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Thanks for listening.